I think Flash in the Pan is so cute. Where did this concept come from?
Thank you so much. Yeah, Flash in the Pan. I've always been in love with kind of the theatricality of show business and just sort of the images. And I sort of Jeremy and I, Marion Hill played a lot with that too. Um, so Flash in the Pan has always sort of stuck with me, and it felt very appropriate for kind of the themes of the EP and a lot of things I talk about, like getting older and being a woman in show business and feeling like your moment has passed. So it was really fun to explore, and it's very tongue in cheek and not supposed to be taken too seriously, but it felt right for the project.
Now, did the song inspire the web series, or did this web series inspire the song?
It's a great question. Actually, both. To make a very long story short, I wrote the web series with my brother Tommy.
Yes.
We had started it in COVID, and it was originally a 30-minute pilot, but it was a crazy time, obviously, as we all know, and things kind of like fell apart. And when I was writing the EP, I realized that it was actually very complementary. Like a lot of the same themes I was exploring in the web series, I was exploring in the music I was writing. And so I talked to him. I was like, "Why don't we resurrect this and make it and tailor it more towards the EP?" And it worked out, and it was really fun. It was a new venture, and it was really cool to try.
I like that it's just a fictionalized version and that it's once rising pop star, goes back to her childhood bedroom at 35. What was it like for you and
Yeah.
Tommy crafting that? Was it sort of funny? You guys included some real life experiences in this tale as well?
Yeah, we did. It's so funny. Like so much of this is literally just like lifted from real life. We actually shot it like in my house. That's like our real home that we grew up in. We had actually auditioned my parents, but it didn't work out. I was like, hopefully my mom's okay with me telling that story. But very grateful for the actors that we had, and yeah, it was fun to get to do together. Like so much of it was lifted from real moments in the music industry that I'd experienced and little things in life that happened when we were all living together. So it was really kind of all coalesced into this really like perfect, fun narrative.
Was there anything then that your parents were like, no, you can't include in this? We there's like we have to keep some of our family secrets to ourselves.
Yeah, that's such a good question. It's so funny also that you say that because one of our crew members that were working, because I have so much just shit in my room, from my childhood and things that are laying around. And I
Same.
did like a quick, yeah, yeah, exactly. And I did like a quick scope of everything. And I was like, no, no, it's fine. And then I'm like looking at like certain things that I have like laying around, like in the shots, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I just like missed some of these crazy things. But yeah, they were pretty generous. There was nothing that I think they were like, they didn't really like clean up the house that much either. They're like, just make sure we don't have any like crazy family photos around or anything like that. But no, they were pretty generous with our storytelling and I think it's nice, I think, because I've been in, music for so long, they understand that sometimes you just have to dive in. So they were
Or
pretty great. Yeah.
the show came out in June. What was the reception like from your friends and mom and dad seeing this come to life?
Yeah, it was really exciting. Like I said, it was a new project and my brother and I had been wanting to write together for a long time. So it was fun. It was fun to be at the helm of something new. My friends were so supportive and I feel like the reception from just fans was really positive and it's always scary like trying something new, when an audience knows you for a specific thing, you're always a little worried that they're gonna be like, whoa, that was out of left field. What is that? And they were pretty kind and receptive. So that's like all I could ask for.
Is there a particular scene that you're most proud of how it came for you and Tommy from script to screen?
Yeah, it's a great question, actually. I love all of them for different reasons, but episode 4 in particular felt just we had sort of like a mood board and like style visions and kind of like how we wanted the show to look. And sometimes it's hard to go from storyboard to execution, but we felt
Sure.
like it's so tough, but we felt like episode 4 really nailed it just in terms of the blocking and camera work and the way we delivered our lines. It just felt like everything came together and we were really particularly proud of that one.
All right, have you guys started crafting season 2 yet, or are you guys just riding the wave at the moment since it's only recently released?
I know. It's so funny. I keep joking. I'm like, I need to find funding for season 2 because we laughed. We originally wanted 10 episodes and then it got shaved down to 8 and then got shaved down to 6. And I was like, okay. So I need to find funding for season 2. Or I could do it myself and just, live out of a box. But that would be great. That would, or I'd have to move back home truly with my parents. Which would
Next
truly
summer.
be next summer. Yeah, truly art imitating life. But we have talked about needing to start writing it. I've kind of been in like EP promo mode, so at least until next week. Then we can start writing season 2.
I'm looking forward to it. It gave me those, the little laugh tears that you get when you enjoy something so much.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for more people to get to check out this web series. I know you
Thank
have
you so much.
some new music out as well. Is this a prelude from Flash in the Pan, the song, to an EP or a full album?
Yeah, just the EP. Which comes out on Wednesday, which is so crazy. It really crept up on me. Um, yeah, I was originally going to release a full-length record, but I kind of got overwhelmed. And this EP took me long enough as is to create, and I finally kind of shed this idea that it had to be a perfect project. And I was like, I'm just gonna put it out there and put one foot in front of the other. But yeah, so the web series just kind of leads into this 8 track, 3 are interludes. So 5 full songs, 3 interludes, but 8 track EP.
Is there a track on this EP that holds a special place in your heart, something that's super significant for you?
I really love them all for different reasons. I think um Whiplash, I was saying I got to produce with Jeremy from Marion Hill, which was really fun, and my cousin Jake, who's an incredible pianist. Um, that was really exciting to like for Jeremy and I to work together again because it had been a little while, and especially outside of the context of Marion Hill. The song American Boy also for a long time I didn't think would make the EP just because it's so different. It's kind of like country singer-songwriter. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but I'm gonna put it on there. People are gonna be like, what is she trying to do? But I just really loved it. It was sort of my own like personal record and um the CP had many iterations and it started out as a singer-songwriter record actually. Like Flash in the Pan were sort of later editions. Or Flash in the Pan and When You're Hot were later editions that are sort of poppier. But I'd written a lot of sort of more singer-songwriter style stuff.
Mhm.
And I feel like American Boy was one of my favorites. And that one kind of made the journey over to the CP.
Is there a dream collaboration you have in mind, someone you'd love to share the stage with, or a song even in the future?
Oh my God. I love this. This question is always so hard. I always like give my answer. And then when I'm done, I'm like,
Like, I
I
thought
just
of so
missed
many other
it.
people.
Yes. I'm like, why did I say, I'm like, I love the person that I said. There's so many that I exclude. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't, I mean, I love Casey Musgraves. I feel like it's my like inspired American Boy. She's such an incredible songwriter. Love her. I also love Chapel. Be super cool to collab with. And then totally out of left field, Nora Jones was my
That would be
childhood
good.
icon. Yeah, but yes, Nora Jones, she was my like childhood icon, and I feel like I'm just gonna try and manifest that until it happens.
I I would too. Never give up, right? Dreams are dreams.
Yeah, yeah, she's. I loved all of her work, so that would be incredible.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of your work, whether it's acting or whether it's music? You just have such a presence.
Thank you so much. I
Well,
hope that I hope that I was saying it's so hard sometimes to be put in this box. But no, thank you for that question. Yeah, I think sometimes as artists we tend to get put in boxes and for a long time I was really afraid to step outside of that and especially when you're in a project that people know you for and like you for and I'm so grateful for Marion Hill, but I felt like I really wanted to step out on my own and just try something new. So I think you can be a lot of different things, as an artist. And I hope people embrace all sides of that. And if they love Marion Hill, they don't have to like this project, but know that you can do it all.